we're going to have a little relief from the heat for 3 days. Today, tomorrow, and Friday it's going to be cooler. Friday's going to be the coolest. High is 75 on Friday. Today's around 80, and tomorrow too. And it's less humid, so that's good. Still warm in the sun, but at least it's comfortable. Somewhat comfortable. Yeah, I can live with this. Yeah. Enjoy it while I got it. 3 days of little cooler weather. A nice cool breeze from the north too. Oh, that feels good. Oh, I see the cattle down there. A couple of them. I think the rest are nearby somewhere. Yeah, as soon as I get that disc put back together, I can start doing some discing. Yeah, disc up them weeds. So this cooler weather is because of a high pressure system. That's why there's no clouds. The air is drier. Cool air from the north came down. So it's gonna, the next 3 days, it's gonna be nice. Kittens, Mama. I didn't see them yet today. Yeah, I guess they're out hunting now. Yeah. I gave them food down there. Mama ate. Yeah. Enjoy the day. At least I won't be sweating as much today. Oh boy. It's just after 8 a.m. Temperature's real nice. Cool breeze. Yeah. I think it's around 70 right now. And the disc is in the shade. Perfect time to work on it. I said it's not hot, but shade is still nice, even on the nice days. Okay, so I guess I better get started on it. See what I get done today. I got these cleaned up yesterday and lubricated with the gel lube, WD, and they're ready to put on. First I want to use these two, that one and that one. That's for the back one. I ain't ready to put that one on yet, but those two I can put on. This is on the east side. On the west side, there's a couple turtle doves sitting up there on the fire line. I didn't break out a sweat yet. Who showed up? A couple of the kittens. I guess they was hanging around. Oh, there's Mama Cat. She came around the corner. You guys hunting up here? Yeah. If you see a mouse, you know what to do with it. Yeah. She's a good mama. She teaches them pretty good. What are you gonna do? Eat grass? Yeah. The other two are, I guess, are still sleeping somewhere. But I got work to do. Let's get started. Another good thing about this cooler weather, like right now, temperature around 70, and my air conditioner is set to 75, so probably won't even come on. So I'll be saving electricity too, but Right now, when I went back inside the house is warmer than it is out here. So that's good. In other words, it's cooler outside than it is inside my house. Yeah. But, oh look, there's a dead tree over there. I just noticed it. Well, let's get to work. I don't need as many tools to put them on that I needed to take them off. I got an old jar of anti-seize compound, but I got a new tube. That's all I could find. Yeah, I guess I got that in Walmart. Yeah. Or maybe it was TSC. I think I got that in TSC. I'm not sure where I got that one. I think it was TSC. Yeah. Anyway, I still got some in that bottle. It's hard to get it out. That's all. It's old. Let's get to work. At least I got a nice place to sit. Okay. Let's take that off first. Trying not to get my hands too greasy today. Alright. Don't need that again. Okay. First things first. I'm gonna put some anti-seize on there, on top of all this other stuff. That's that lube I put on there the other day. There's something funny. This is the applicator for this bottle of anti-seize. But look, there's plenty at the bottom, but the applicator don't go down all the way. I have to use a stick. Ain't that something? See, I can't get nothing out. Let's go find a stick. These kittens don't know how to handle the birds. They were getting swooped on a lot before I started recording. And before they're out there, they might get attacked again. Yeah. I think they were trying to catch him. Oh, a big buzzard just flew over. I saw the shadow. Yeah, there's yeah, they were being bombarded there by the swallows there right before I recorded, and now they're done. Okay, continue my work. I found something to use to get that anti-seize compound out of the jar. That'll work. No, I got the old toothbrushes I use for cleaning parts. So that'll work. Okay, that's all. Let's see what I can do. Get the blade. Hope it fits right. Hey, how about that? Yeah, just a hair smaller than the old blades. This is 14 and those are 14 and a half. So it's about a 1/4 inch on each side, but that's okay. They don't need to be as big. Okay, let's get the nuts ready. I'm not exactly sure how they went on, but I know that one was on first. I don't know why that one was on there. It's got the square hole, so it must have been an old disc that they cut. I think it had something to do with this. They needed a space to get this nut all the way on. Or spacer. I call that a spacer, end spacer. I found it on the internet by the serial numbers. In the the numbers marked in there. P International IHP 4197. That's how I found it. Yeah, it's sold lots of different places. Anyway, and then these washers, they got the round hole, so they go on after that, and then the nut goes on. I got the anti-seize compound on there, so I don't think I need any more. I just needed, I got it on the thread, so I think everything's good. Okay, let me put it back. Let me put them on in the order they're supposed to. Oh, this is the second time I put it on. First time I had that one backwards. I had this side up against there. I says, that ain't right. Okay, well, all I gotta do is now is tighten everything up. This one and that one, if I remember right, this one, I can't touch it too much, but this one has a thing on it like this one here, where I'm supposed to bend it over this nut when it's tight. That keeps it from loosening, I guess. I don't know how, but I'm gonna put it back the way I found it. Probably don't have to. It's not like I'm gonna use it that much. Yeah, I'll bend it over later if I have to. I'll be checking these nuts to see if it comes loose. Yeah. I think the only reason that was in there is so it pulled it out farther, so these nuts can go all the way onto the threads. I guess. Make everything tighter. That's why there's three of these washers in there, to make sure this nut gets tight, pushes everything together. Okay, let's tighten it up. Well, I only hand tightened it with that crescent wrench. I had to use the old pipe wrench, lock it on there, and brace it against there when I was tightening it. So the old pipe wrench was there. So when I tightened it that way, I had some leverage. And I got it tight as I could get it by hand, pushing down. I didn't want to use a pipe on it. I'll just keep checking it. I want to get another nut on there, but the ones I bought, the inch ones, this must be a little bit bigger than an inch. But the inch was the biggest one they had I think I got those in Lowe's. No, where did I get those? No, I got those in TSC. I got them in TSC. I got some inch hole washers, and which I probably don't need, but I like to put another nut on there so that won't harder to come off, but it won't fit. Okay, let's do the other side. I'm losing my shade. Huh? My shade over here too. Huh. Oh well, it's not. At least it's not hot. Okay. Got everything I need. Tools over there. My gloves. Hard to get those gloves on and off when they're all greasy like that with that anti-seize compound. They're slick, but it protects my hands. Okay, let's get this off and lubricate this. I might need that again. Okay. Yeah, I'll put some anti-seize on there first. That's all lubed up. I'm doing this in case these blades break, and I gotta replace them again. I don't want to have to struggle too much to get them off. Yeah. Alright, what else we got? That's how it's going to go on the disc, that spacer on the square shaft, then those, I guess, washers, and then the nut. Alright. Since I'm standing, let's go and grab this. Come on. Okay, one down. I need my gloves. I need my gloves for the rest of that stuff up there. Getting there. Well, got a problem. This is the stuff that came off this side, but as you can see, that's got a round hole and it won't fit over this square shaft, which means I can't make it tight. So I'm going to get the old broken disc that was off of here, that one. I'm going to put some lube on it, both sides. I cleaned up some of the rust with a wire brush, but I ain't going to do too much to it. It's just a spacer. I'm going to put it behind that one. So bring this out, see if that'll solve my problem. So otherwise I can't get the everything tied up against there, because there'll be a gap in there. Then the blade will be loose. Let's see if this will fix it. Well, at least it'll fit snug on there now with that old disc blade as a spacer. Maybe that's why they did it on the other side, but this side didn't have it. Huh. Anyway, I gotta tighten it up yet. I'm pretty sure it'll go tighten up. I can see daylight in there. Oh no, this has got a, oh, I forgot about that. It's got a ridge on it. I think I need to adjust that. I'm not sure how that's supposed to lock in there. Maybe I used the wrong one. I should have taken, I think I took some pictures of it before I took it off. I don't think it matters that much. I'll check later. If I have to, I can always take them off and rearrange them in a different order. But I managed to turn this big block, but it still won't seat down in that groove. Maybe one of these smaller ones fits in there. But I'm going to use it the way it is, because I'm pretty sure these two were bent over the edge of the nut, bent over the side. So I'm going to go with that. As good as I can make it. It's tight. Looking good. I think that'll do. Like I said, the only ones I could find, that's 14 and a half, and that's a 14. That's as best I can do. I surely didn't want it bigger than the old ones. It's better to have it a little smaller. And I couldn't find a solid one, so I got this notched one. Anyway, works for me. There's that side, and there's this side. It don't match, but it'll cut something. It'll cut something. I still got to work on the rear one, but before I can do the rear one, oh, look at the kettle. They were down in the bottom, and now they're up here. They're gonna. It's not really hot. I mean, it's warming up today, but it's only supposed to be around 80. So I can live with that. I need to spray them weeds again. I don't know why they didn't die the last time I sprayed them. They must be becoming immune. I guess maybe I'll try to cut them with my weed whacker. Yeah, my side cutter. Anyway, I need to get some weight on this end here. I want to push that down and raise that up and then brace it from underneath. I'll see what I can do with that. Yeah, at least I got this front done. It looks kind of peculiar. It looks kind of funny on the ends with that notched blade on there. But I surely didn't want to get something. The only other size I had was 15. All right, 16, and that's what I got for the back. But I surely didn't want to use a bigger blade on the outside like that. I think that'll work. I gotta get some weights, something heavy to put on the end, and then I gotta get something to brace it up, a board or something. I got a sledgehammer and a steel pipe. Okay, let's see if I can find something else that's heavy. You know, I could take them. These here are cemented together. Those three big ones, but those two inside ones, the smaller ones, I could pull them out of there and put them up front. Let's see if that works. 2 concrete blocks did the trick. Yeah, it went down fast. It stayed up with that one. I put that one on first. It didn't drop it down, but when I put that one on, whew, it went. And now I don't have to brace the back side because I can't hardly push it down now. Yeah, so it's safe. Yeah. I'll get to work on that one in the back. Then I got my grinder for smoothing the square shaft. And I got my wire brush. Although I think I need to get the other one too for the threads. Clean them up better. I can do it. I got room to work under there now. I can see that that blade there dug into the ground along with the other front ones. You can see the one I'm going to work on right there on the inside. Yeah, I screwed up yesterday. I thought the hole was too small. I think it was because I couldn't get that black blade onto the square shaft. So I thought I measured it. It was bigger than one in. No, it was smaller than 1 1/8. But it didn't fit. I think it was an inch. Yeah, I think it was an inch. I'm not sure. Shaft is 1 1/8. So I figured I'll just grind it down, but I guess I wound up grinding off too much. Yeah. And now it's a little loose on there, but I can work with it. It's not total. It won't spin on there. It catches a little bit. So, but once I tighten everything up, when I put it back on. I think it'll be okay. See? It digs into the ground, so it's not useless here. It digs into the ground a little bit, so that's good. At least I got it up high where I can work on it. Yeah. Shouldn't take too long to clean that one up. Last night or yesterday I sprayed it with the lube to keep it from rusting. Yeah, I never did clean that up like I did the other two in the front because I couldn't get down in there easy enough, but now I can. See? I can't push it down, so it's safe. Well, it's kind of a tight squeeze for me in here, but at least I got a chair to sit on. See what I can do with that grinder. I'm just going to do the square shaft first, the square part. Ouch! I'm getting shocked. I don't know. My knee was getting shocked a little bit by this thing. Anyway, I got a towel on there. I think it's okay. Yesterday I used rubber gloves, but my rubber gloves are all yucky. So I just noticed that these blades are loose too. Or at least this first one. I guess it's okay to have this one loose too. Okay, I'm going to shine up the collar there, or whatever they call that thing, the big area. I'm going to try to do the threads too, but I got to get a different angle there. How am I going to do that? I'd almost have to be over there to do it. Let's see what I can figure out. I want to rinse it off. I did this like this with the drill running, of course, and I did the other one. If I can hold it like this, but I used two hands. Let it run it. Okay. I'm gonna get some vinegar and clean it up. I never did soak this with vinegar like I did the other two on the front, so I might do that. I don't have to finish this today, or I don't have to finish it right now. I can do it this afternoon. Nice wind, but now the wind's from the southeast. Yeah, southeast. Still cool though. Let's go get some vinegar and clean that up a bit. Then I'm going to wrap it with a towel and then soak it with vinegar to help clean some of the rust off. Still kind of rusty. I'm going to shine it up a little bit more. I washed it with vinegar. I'm going to see if I can grind some more. Well, it's somewhat cleaner. We're still going to wrap it with vinegar. I'm going to wrap it with a towel and soak the towel with vinegar to make it shinier. There's still some rust in the threads. I'm going to soften that rust up. First, I'm going to check something. This is one I ground down too much. See how it shakes? Or it flops around on there. It still catches. Because I ground off too much. But this one does the same thing, so just something good. Now I gotta get it off. But I'm not done with the shaft yet. Okay, let's soak that paper towel with vinegar. Okay, let's soak that paper towel with vinegar. Well, I'll let that soak for a while. It's 10:30 right now, so it's still early. It won't be much to do. Just have to apply. When I come back, I'll grind it some more. Not grind it. Wire brush it with the drill. Drill the wire brush, not grind. I'll wire brush it. The threads, and then I'll apply the. I'll put some WD gel. What? Gel lube. Gel lube. Yeah. And then I'll apply some anti-seize compound, and then I'll start putting everything back. Put the disc on and go from there. Put all the other things on too. All right. I'm gonna go clean up a little bit. I'm all dirty. Not sweaty. I'm not sweating yet, so that's good. Just leave everything where it is. I'll be back. I'm gonna try to get this done before I lose my shade, because the shade's moving. The shade's moving this way. Yeah. I want to stay in the shade as much as I can. All I gotta do is do a little more wire brushing, and then apply the gel lube, anti-seize compound, and then start putting that disc on, and that. Yeah, I think I can make it work. I can get it done today. And then tomorrow's supposed to be nice too. Right? Tomorrow's Thursday. There's a tractor over there doing something. Yeah. I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Friday's supposed to be down. The high is 75 Friday, so I think I'll do some discing on Friday, or maybe even tomorrow. I feel like it. Yeah, once I get this done, I can do it anytime I want. I also want to do some mowing. Maybe I'll do the mowing on Friday. I'll disc tomorrow. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Because Friday's cooler. And then it's going to warm up again next week. Back in the 90s again. Thought I heard some munching going on over here. The two bulls are out. The cows are still under the shade. In the water, of course. Even though it's not that hot today. I don't know if I'm going to get any pears, if any, this year. I trimmed them this past winter. So I'll accept the reduced yield or harvest, because there'll be more next year. Yeah, I remember that scar. I was going to treat that with some tree wound stuff. Never got around to it. I know how he did it. I was driving too close with the tractor one time. Yeah. And the axle of the tractor, it sticks out past the tire, on the rear tire, and I hooked it, tore a piece of bark off it. It's healing over, but it's still exposed, and that'll start rotting if I don't treat it with something. Yeah, I'll have to get something for that. It's been years ago though. I needed to spray some weeds here. Look at some red buds growing there. Maybe I'll dig them up. I don't know where I'm going to put them. Yeah, I could put them out. There's quite a few. A lot of red buds. There, over there. Yeah, I need to clean these weeds up here too. They're not interfering with the air conditioning. It wouldn't hurt to hose off the screen on the outside. Yeah. Any dirt has accumulated, or debris. Yeah, but I'm gonna see if I can dig up those red buds. I think I'll plant some more. I was gonna plant the mulberries, but it's hard to find some of those. I see them sometimes, some babies, but I always forget where I see them. But I'd like to have some more red buds along that from the pasture road. Yeah, at least from the gate to the road anyway. I got a couple in there. I'd like to get some more. I had some more, but the other ones died. Oh well, I've got work to do here, but not today. Okay, I'm gonna go in and clean up a little bit, wash my hands anyway, and I don't know about cool off because it's probably cooler inside now because it's starting to. You can see the wind blowing in the soybean field. You can see the wind blowing through there. So there is some wind. And I am sweating a little bit right now. So it's starting to warm up. I'll come back to that later after that vinegar soaks on those threads. Loosens the rust up, and then I'll wire brush it again with my drill, and then I'll start putting everything back together. Carpenter bee. Yeah, there it goes. Went in the hole. If I'm going to spray, I think the woodpeckers have been eating on them too. See the bigger slots? The bees only use a round hole to go in and out. Hard to see. Yeah, but they got round holes. The other holes are, I think, when the woodpeckers come and try to pick them out. I think. Oh well. If I spray, I'm not going to spray like I normally do. I used to just spray all the wood. But if I spray, I'm going to spray just where the holes are. What is that? What am I looking at? There's something over there. What is that? What is that? I'm not sure. I think those are mud dauber nests. Yeah. Hard to tell. 10:45 a.m. and it's only 78. So it's a little cooler today. Yeah, they said the high is going to be 80. So it's not going to warm up too much more today. Which is okay with me. I like it. I can handle this kind of heat or cooler for July anyway. That's nice. Yeah, we're only going to get 3 days of this cooler weather. By Saturday it's going to warm up again. Today's Wednesday. Friday will be the coolest. High of 75. Yeah. Save money on my air conditioner too. I finally came out of the house. It's 2 p.m. Still comfortable out here. It's still a nice cool breeze. I'd say it's only around 80. Yeah, but there's more clouds in the sky now. And I'm still in the shade, more or less. I'm working on the back end now. So there's not much to do now. I just gotta put some anti-seize on there and put all the components back on. New blade, and the nuts and spacers. That mockingbird, she's acting funny. She spreads her wings out sometimes. It's like she's trying to scare me away. She wants me to, like, she's feigning a disability, so maybe her nest is around here somewhere. Anyway, cattle are still in the water. I hear it. I hear a tractor way over there. Must be on the other side of my big pasture. Somewhere over there. Sounds close though. Almost sounds like it's in my pasture. Oh, maybe they're
Maybe they're down in that bottom down there. On this side. Yeah, I think they're on this side of the pasture. That's possible. Oh, butterfly. Yellow butterfly. Look for something neat, huh? Yeah, they're close. You might be on this side of the creek. Yeah, but that's planted in soybeans, I believe. I don't know what he'd be doing. Oh, maybe they're spraying for weeds. Yeah, spraying for weeds. Oh, who's over there? Looks like the old mama cow underneath it. More than one. No, that's just her. Yeah, they're probably spraying weeds. Spraying herbicide on that. That's what I'm guessing. Yeah. Sounds close, that's all I know. Well, she got a nice shady spot over there. I think they walk in over that way. So I got work to do. That's what I thought. They were spraying. That looks like a private one though. I can smell the spray. Whatever they're spraying, I can smell it. But not from where he was spraying over there. South of my house. He's spraying this field over here. Just over that way, and I can smell it because the wind's blowing from that direction, so I can smell the spray all the way over here. I can smell it. The wind's carrying it over here. Well, at least it's comfortable. I'm not sweating too much. I'm just starting to sweat a little bit, but I'm ready to put everything on where it belongs. Let's take that blue stuff off it, rag, towel. I just gotta bend my head down there. Oh, you can't bend that far. I'll do it this way. But that was wetted with vinegar, so I'll just keep it. It's a little rusty. I guess I'll live with it. I was going to shine it up, but I think I'll be okay. I'm just going to put the anti-seize compound on there first. Forgot I put the WD gel lube on first. Now I'm going to put the anti-seize on to mix with it. Yeah, that's lubed up pretty good. Okay, let's put the blade on. I'll put the blade on. Or maybe I'll put those things on too. Get it all done. Well, got them all on. I know how this works now. Only need one in there. But yeah, I'm not gonna bend it over. I want to see how long it. I'll check it after I use it. It's tight. I got it hand tight. Not hand tight this way. Wrench tight without a extension pipe on it. So it looks good. Okay. What about this side? Oh, that's the one that's broken. but I ain't gonna fix it. Too much trouble gotta take bearings out and all that stuff. This blade here was broken, so I could fix it. What's funny about these, this has a sealed bearing, and this gang here has 2 sealed bearings. This one has 2 sealed bearings. That one over there, I think, 2 sealed bearings. And then the one up there has 2 grease fitting bearings. You know, I'm supposed to be getting something today. Some kind of lights. One of those zapping lights, the bulbs. How many ordered? 3. Yeah, I had to order 3 because that's how they sell them. $4 a piece, 12 for 3, plus shipping and all that stuff. I think it was like $13 just for shipping. I think. Anyway, I'll check that later. I said that gang over there, that's got a broken blade in it too. Third one in. But I ain't fixing it now because it takes too much work. I did it once or twice with my father. I don't think it was on this one. It was on his good big disc. Yeah, the one my brother's got in his shed now. Well, actually, it's the farm shed, but somehow he got, the family gave him that 5 acres where he's living, plus the barn, or shed. Anyway, yeah, there's one there. That one only had that one on the end, but that one had that one plus the one that just got broke this year on that end, which I fixed those 2. But this one always had one broken. And that one always had one. Well, I guess this was the broken one. Yeah, that's why I fixed it. But like I said, it's too much work taking this whole thing off and taking all these things off. I'd have to take here. That's where that one is. See how that's bent over? That's how I'm supposed to do it. But I'm not going to this time. One thing, I don't have that lined up right. Yeah. Anyway, that's how it's bent over. But like I said, I'd have to take that off, slide these off, and then I'd have to. I don't know how I do that. I'd have to pull the whole thing off somehow. Take those off, slide this, and then slide these down. Then I'd have to take that bearing off. That's just too much work. It's not worth it. Anyway, I'm done. I'm done. If it looks like the nut's coming off, I'll tighten it up again and I'll make sure it's, then I can bend it over. One of those tabs. But for now, I'm just going to see how it works first. That cow was over in her hiding spot across the pond, but she's back now. Wolf's taking a nap, and the others I think are under the tree. Okay, now I can take those 2 blocks and slide them back in here. Slide them in there. Do it different. Yeah, I can put them in there where they belong. And then I put these pieces of 2x4 in here so they don't wobble around. These were added to hold the disc down so it cuts better, has more weight to it. Well, let's go ahead and finish this up. I want to get the front end back up again like it was before. I got that one in place. Get the other one. When I lift that off, that'll probably fall down. That's okay. Won't hurt nothing. Although it might knock all that stuff off. I think I'll take that off first. All that stuff away. Back to what I was doing here. I got to get that block in this slot. I'm thinking that when I pick that block up, the whole front end's going to raise up too. I'll have to try to slow it down, but I don't want it dropping too fast. Both blocks are back where they belong. Now I'm going to go to the other end, slowly take some weight off of that end too. Take the sledgehammer off first. Pipe. Well, it didn't pop up like I thought it was going to, but I'm going to raise it up slowly and set it back down onto the rear blades with the front end up in the air. Try to have the tongue up in that area because tomorrow I'm going to hook up the tractor to it and do some discing tomorrow. So I'll be more ready. Yeah, I just got one board underneath there instead of one on each end. Well, it's all done. Looks funny here with that broken blade on there, but I needed it for a spacer. I wonder if I got this side mixed up with the other side. It doesn't matter. It's on there. That's all that matters. Actually, I probably could have put that broken blade on the back side. Yeah, I could have done that instead. Yeah, I still could. Yeah, maybe I'll try that. I think it's better this way with that new blade up against it. Yeah, I think that'll work okay. It doesn't matter to me what it looks like. As soon as I got my hands all greasy, I think I'll go ahead. Those are sealed bearings in the back, all four of them. And the ones on that side, I think, are sealed. But these two here, they're the old, they got grease fittings, so I'm going to grease that. And there's some grease fittings on top too, where the wheels go up and down. I'll see, some of them are plugged. See if I can get some grease for it, since my hands are already greasy anyway right now. Yeah, let's put some grease on it. Yeah, that one took some grease. That one took some grease. Sealed bearings. Those are sealed bearings over there and over there. I guess that's the one my father didn't get around to doing. The tire don't look flat, so I think it'll be okay for tomorrow. Well, looks like I still have air too. This is a better tire. I'm gonna have to get a new one for that side because it's falling apart. The rubber's all rotten. But I'll wait until it goes bad, I guess, because I don't have any money for that right now. I'm going to be using the tractor tomorrow on the disc. I'm going to take that off and take the ball off too. Won't need that either. Take the spear off anyway. Okay, tractor's ready to hook up the disc for tomorrow. It's 3:45 p.m. now. I'm done with the disc. I'll hook it up tomorrow. I'll use it. Big pasture on top, cut the weeds, disc up the weeds, and bottom pasture behind the house, I'll cut up some weeds there too. And I'll park it again right there, because I may have to use it again before summer's over. Then Friday it's going to be the coolest day, Friday, high of 75. I'm going to cut grass wherever I feel like it. I think I'll cut some in here too. All these weeds here on the other side there. Doesn't really need to be cut, but I'm going to do it anyway, just to make it all even. I gotta pick up the net wrap first though. Yeah, that's all done. I'm gonna use it tomorrow. I should have done this when I parked this thing here. I need to make sure those go in the tractor good into the ports. I should have them covered up. I'm gonna do that today. I'm gonna spray some gel lube on them, and I'm also going to put a cover on them. Okay, there's something to cover them up with. I'll keep them clean. I put some gel lube inside the thumb holes. It seemed like it was bigger than the fingers. Yeah, these were wore out. Yeah, I got others. Yeah, I figure I'd make use of them. Oh, a nice breeze coming in here from the south, I think, or southeast. Yeah, feels good. Sit well, relax. Relax and enjoy these cool days. Oh, look, the other two over there by the baler. Yeah, it's a cool breeze. I like it. I gotta go in and clean up. I'm gonna drive out to the big pasture today, later on. Did I say it was 4 o'clock almost? Yeah, 4 o'clock. Well, I'm gonna take a drive out there. I'm gonna clean up a little bit first. Because I did work up a little sweat today, and I got some more grease on me. Nice view from my porch. Yeah, I'll cut grass Friday when it's cooler. Or should I say I'm cutting weeds. 4 p.m. and it's only 82. A nice day. Yeah, a few clouds in the sky. Nothing to worry about. No rain out of them. Good day to dry some more of those leaves though. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Pick some more of these there tomorrow morning, and then put them in strip the leaves off and put them in a box to dry. I've done that twice now, and it worked out pretty good. It's close to 6 p.m., so I'm going to take a drive out to the big pasture. Check the cattle. And just enjoy the drive. Yeah, it's not hot. Well, they're enjoying it. I haven't been out to the big pasture since July 15th. That's like 7, 8 days. Yeah. I didn't realize. I had to look it up. I had to look up the last time I went there. I'll do a little drive-by. Here's the disc I worked on, ready to go. I'll be using it tomorrow. Hey, cows. And 2 bulls, 3 cows and 2 bulls. 2 bulls are right there. Young red one, and a 2-year-old white one, and a yearling red one. And the other 2 up on top are cows, and this here is just an old heifer. I hope she gets bred. I'd like to see some calves next year. I've got some weeds here that are kind of immune. Everything else was killed by the weed killer. But these weeds there, they're harder to kill. I may have to cut them down. Okay. I can't believe I've been a week since I checked them. But all the calves are born, so they're. Oh, here comes the ATV. One went by right before I left. I don't know if it's the same one or not. There's a lot of them going by here. Yeah, I think that's the same guy. How's he going? Oh, they're going across there to their property. Yeah, I gotta spray this weeds in here. I gotta spray sometime too. Now that I got the disc done, or the disc done, repaired, I can do some discing out here tomorrow, and then I can. And then I'm going to mow some grass with the lawnmower on Friday. Oh, there's no cattle in the creek. See the weeds here? I sprayed these weeds when I sprayed the. I wonder if that weed killer is only for grass. Huh? I thought it was for everything. When I buy more, I'll have to make sure it's good for broadleaves and because those weeds should be dead. The big ones. Only thing it killed was the grass. I sprayed these weeds out here though, way out there, the ones that I missed the first time. They look like they died. Maybe it's only certain weeds that are immune. Yeah, the weeds out there. I think I got them. I think I got some. A lot of dead ones. Well, I'll just have to. Oh, there's that groundhog. Looks like a groundhog. Just crossed the road there. Right here by these trees. Is he here? I saw you. I'm looking. I don't see him anywhere. He probably went up the hill. Unless he's hiding somewhere. I don't see him. Oh well. Well, since the cattle are here, I'm going to have to close it behind me. Because I want to drive around a little bit. Well, I'll close the gate behind me. Mama cow. There's the white one. These are the last two calves that were born this year. The white one was the last one. What did I say? July 6th. And the one on the left, the brown one on the left, nursing is June 6th. The white one belongs to that white cow up there on top in the middle. Close the gate. There's a bunch of iron weeds out here I gotta spray too. Oh, I didn't even see these guys. There's a few in here too. I didn't even know they were here. I just come up to look at the corral. There's a bull. And this is this heifer here in front just stood up. That's the calf from last year, the white cow's calf from last year, the one who had the white calf this year. And those two laying there in that pen, I guess, well, they're not. Oh, that one laid down. That's the one on this side, or inside this rounded pen on the right, with its head laying down. That's the bull calf from the mama cow this year, January 15. And then the calf on the other side of the fence, in the back, behind that calf, is the calf from the brown cow, and she's That was her first calf. It was February 14th. And then the one laying down outside the fence between the bull and the other one that's peeing, she's a yearling from last year. Look at these weeds. I dished this up once. And that's from this cow here, the dark cow. That was her calf. That was her fourth calf last year. And this, pretty sure it's a heifer. It's her fifth calf from this year. Girls. There's the brown cow who had her first calf this year. There's the hay bales we made this year. All right. 77? There's still water in this thing. Yeah, I guess I have to finish this concrete on the right. I never did finish it because I ran out of money. And I also have to figure out a way to drain the water in those things when it rains. There's still water in there, so it didn't. Hey, little bully. What we got here? I don't want to run over my post. There it is. Yeah, she had the white calf this year. Hope she raises a bit. I'm gonna be selling her yearling heifer from last year sometime this fall. I hate to just sell one. It costs money to drive the truck and the trailer all the way up for an hour, and then an hour back to the Greenville auction barn. But I don't need her, and I don't really have nothing else to sell. So I'll just have to waste the money, and at least I'll get some money from her. Not much, but there's not much to look at. Hey, white calf. You doing okay? What did I say? July 6th? Yeah. So it makes her about 2 weeks old? Yeah, 2 weeks old. There's mama cow. She's had 7 calves. Red cow had 1 calf last year. And that's the red bull that's up at the house. The young yearling red bull that's up at the house. And then there's the brown cow who had her first calf this year. Here's the old hay. That's why I put those 2 gates in there this spring, because that's the old hay. I had like 20 bales left, and if we get, I got new hay on the left here. Yeah, it goes all the way to the other end behind me. And hopefully I'll get a second cutting, and those bales are going to go on the other side. And then this old hay will be trapped, so I had to build double gates there to access them when it's time to go start feeding hay again. Here's the weeds I'm going to disc up tomorrow. Look at all those Jimson weeds that are growing. The one with the light green leaves, and the taller ones, because they get taller. And these sticker weeds. These sticker weeds, the cattle will eat them, but only the very tips where the blossoms are. They'll eat those. But I disced it once already this year. Looks like my windshield is dirty. Yeah, I'll be coming back this way, but I want to see these ironweeds here. I should be spraying them or cutting them, but spraying, I want to kill them, so I need to spray them. I got to catch up on my spraying again. This year I was concentrating on the spraying down in the bottom down there. But I was able to disc this up. Normally I would just mow it, but I get tired of doing that, so I decided to disc it. I'm gonna drive through here. Get down to the east end. Yeah, right here. See these tall weeds? These are called the spiny amaranth. I just call them sticker weeds. These ones right in front of the truck. See those long seed things on them? That's what the cows will eat because there's no thorns on them. The rest of the plant has thorns on them, so they're hard to eat anything. Oh, I'm getting stuck. This is where I feed hay, and there's a lot of loose hay, old hay. Yeah, I'll disc this up once already this year. I'm going to do it again before these Jimson weeds go to seed. Yeah. This year was the first year I used the disc. Or no, wait, no, I think I used it last year. I'm not sure now. I think I used it last year. I can't remember. There's my pond I had built in 2015. Yeah. It's like a backup. I can't get no traction. I took four-wheel drive. This is my backup for when the creek dries up. I just leave it four-wheel drive till I go down the hill. Yeah, this seems like it was just not that long ago. There was no weeds here at all, hardly. Now look at it. They're everywhere. Before I go down to the bottom, I'm going to check the fences. I can check both fences from up here. Right on this post. The fence on this side is the north fence, and the fence on the far side is the south fence. And if one's not working, I can jump them to make sure they work. Oh, it looks like there's a branch on there somewhere. Anyway, I'm going to check both fences. I better turn this off. Well, the south fence is working good. The north fence ain't. This has got working just a little bit, so it must be grounded somewhere. So I'm going to take a drive around and do a little checking since I'm here. Look at the neighbor's corn. Hope the cattle don't jump the fence. I need to spray this area here. Keep them weeds down. Now here, I used to have to turn this fence off. That's the north fence controller. I used to have to turn this off to check the fence, but now I got a different way of doing that. I'll show you when I get down here. While I'm driving, I'll just be checking to make sure there's no fence on this one. No fence ground, I mean. Okay, let's check that one. See that yellow? See that yellow hook? If I unhook it, I can test the fence on the right, on the other side of that gate. Oops. To see if that one's working. Which means that ground is from this post on the left side of the fence. Let's do that. The fence was, I thought my recorder phone was on. Anyway, I'm just doing it again. The fence on that yellow hook unhooked, the fence on the right is working good. So I rehooked the yellow one, because because I want to check another gate hook down the line, because it's grounded somewhere past that gate. But first, I'm going to check the fence that goes around the pond dam here first. One time I was checking the fence, and that was the last thing I checked, and that's where the ground was. So I'm going to check it first this time. I'm also, I'm going to have to drive out and around, and then there's another gate hook in the bottom down there before it goes up the hill. So I'll check the fence there again. Oh yeah, decided I can't. It wouldn't do any good to check the fence on this pond dam, because if it's grounded someplace else, I won't be able to know if this is working or not. Okay, I'm driving on the pond dam now. Let's drive down a ways, and I'll have to walk down. If I had the ATV, I could drive right all the way down there. I think it's right here. Yeah, if I get a second cutting, that's where the bales are going to go. Because it won't be. I'll be lucky if I get half of what I got on that one. If I get 30 or 40 bales, I'll be glad. Now, where's that? I got a path here where I can't drive. I want to fix this so I can drive down here and all the way through the bottom, but I got to cut a bunch of trees down to do it with the truck. I mean, yeah, I got a path going down there, and then I go to the right to the bottom of that branch, and then I can check the fence there. It's the path I used to go down with my ATV, and I'm going down that way. I'm going to be walking down, follow that branch where it crosses the fence, goes under the fence. I'm going down there. Bugs in my ear. There's my truck. I came down that way. And over here, pond's up that way. There's the fence line. Ah. There's the bales up there. Old hay from last year, new hay from this year. I can check the fence here after I unhook it. If I unhook it and test this fence, and this fence is working, that means the ground is somewhere from there around to the gate. So let's unhook it there and test. Sun's shining through there. Sun's up that way, still high. Okay, let's unhook that and test it. I unhook that and test that one. That fence is working good. So I'm going to hook that back up and go to another place where I could test it. Up there. I'll drive the truck over there too. Rehook it. Okay, it's hooked back up. So I know the ground is somewhere from there up and around to the gate. So let's go check that. There's the bales again on top. There's my truck, that's where I'm headed. So this fence is all good, I don't have to check it. Headed back to the truck. I'm moving on down the line. See if I can cut that, either at least one tree. If I keep that one tree, I can drive the truck through there. But if I want to really make it wide, I cut all three of these down. But the ones down here, there's a lot in here I got to cut down. The small ones, just the small ones. Oh, now I'm sweating. I thought I had the camera on. Every time I check it, it's off. Okay, well, I drove through here. I'm going to unhook that gate hook and check if that fence is working. The one straight ahead. If it ain't working, that means the ground is somewhere between here, this one, and the one I checked last, down in the branch. With that unhooked, hey, hello sun, peeking out from a cloud, huh? Yeah, it won't last long. There's some more clouds. Anyway, with that unhooked, the fence is not working. That means the ground is somewhere between here, but this fence is still hooked up to be on. It's just grounded. So I got to be careful. If I find something, I can't fix it. Fix it until I unhook that hook down in that branch that was at last. Yeah. I don't know if I recorded anything when I moved the truck from there all the way up to here. I thought I was recording, but when I got up to here, it was already off. So I don't know what happened. Anyway, let's walk down there, see what I can find. One for. Yeah, that white calf looks a little skinny. I don't think the mama has much milk. That's probably why her calf didn't grow good last year. Only reason I kept her, because she looks like the Italian breeds, Italian white breeds. That's why I kept her. Yeah. Even though she's small, that's the first calf out of that two-tone cow. Black on bottom, tan on top. No ground so far. And nothing here that I can see offhand. Keep checking. I think I found something. I also noticed this big tree. One of these days it's going to fall. One of these days it's going to fall. Which way, I don't know. I'd rather have it fall. I don't think it's going to fall on the corral. It'll probably fall this way. Well, that gate hook's disconnected, but that's not a problem because it's just off from there to there. The problem is down there. Looks like 2 insulators are broken. Yeah. I may have to go to the truck, see if I can fix that. 3 insulators, 2 on top and 1 on the bottom. Yeah. My best bet is to go down the hill, unhook the fence there to make this off. But I'll see I'm gonna see what that looks like first. Yeah, the one that's grounded is that one there. But how do I can't fix that. Yeah, I want to turn the fence off. I gotta walk down that hill and walk back up. This ain't grounded here, but a black insulator popped off up on top. I'll fix that too. But I gotta go down there and unhook that yellow hook. Somewhere down there. Once I unhook that, this fence will be off. And that's still on. And after I fix the fence, if I got insulators, I don't even know if I got insulators, I'll have to come back and rehook it. Be back. I need 4 insulators, 2 black and 2 yellow. I might be able to reuse that one. Fence is off, so I can fix that right now. Bugs, mosquitoes. I think it popped off when that, something must have fell on that fence there. But I didn't see nothing, unless it was a deer. Fix the insulator over there. Looks like the fence is tangled somewhere. Anyway, I need a black one, a yellow one, and a yellow one. I don't know what could have broke 3 insulators. There's nothing on the ground to show an impact. Anyway, I'll just fix it, be done with it. Hope I got insulators in that truck. They're headed down to the creek, I think. Hey, Caffey, you better get going. You better catch the herd. I got what I need. Let's go fix the fence and turn it back on. Yeah, this is fixed. Gotta walk back down there and turn it on. Oh, what happened? I think this branch, that looks new, a new break. I think, and this part here looks like it's part of it. It looks like it fell. You can see all the crumbs that came off of it. It fell from somewhere and then bounced off down there. And where I think it came from is here. Oh, I can't even look up that high. I think it fell off up there somewhere. That's what I'm thinking. Looks like I got another dead one there. I think it's that one. It's 7 p.m. and it's getting all sticky. I'm sweating a lot now. Humidity must have went up. I gotta hook that fence back up and test it. The fence is hooked up and it's working again. Oh, that was the ground up there on top. Okay, going up this way now. A little steeper, but notice that tree is hollow. And someday it's going to fall. Only God knows where it's going to fall. Let me walk back down. He's got a hole. Something's living in there. Listen. It's hollow. What did I just see? What is that? Oh, look at that. Sun shining right where that notch is. Ain't that something? I gotta go back up the hill. I don't think I want to walk under that tree. I don't think it's going to fall on me, but battery's getting low. I'm going to go around this way. I think it's safer. This fallen tree almost looks like it was cut, but it wasn't. It just broke. There's a stump there. It's hung up by that tree there. That's where I came from, down there. A lot of dead trees. These seem like they're okay. There's a dead one. There's 3 dead ones. A dead one over there. And there's a dead one on the other side of the fence over there. Well, that's the 3-inch ladders I fixed there. I don't have to, but there's a fence there I need to hook up. I don't feel like walking down there again, no. But I'll go that way. I also installed that short gate there. I just moved that post in that panel fence that way, so it makes it wider to drive the tractors through with a bale. Finish this project yet either. I gotta finish pouring concrete in there, and I also gotta find a way to get that water out. I'm thinking about going straight down. Bust out some of that and dig a hole with my post hole digger, fill it with rock, that way any water can drain out. Same thing here. I'll dig a hole with the post hole digger before I pour any cement. I'll put a can or something around it so it don't fill with cement, and I'll fill it with rock. Yeah, I was going to just punch a hole through the side and put a pipe out that way, and then I have to put another pipe through the boards there, and that's too much work. I'll just break the concrete there and make a hole, if that's possible. Okay, I'll save this work for another time. Hook that back up. So that, sometimes I don't want them coming through here, especially when I sort the cattle. This fence should be working, and I gotta rehook it up there. Fence is hooked up again, and the fence is working all the way down to the gate. So finished. Now I can finish driving around my pasture. I still want to drive down to the bottom, take a look down there. I'll turn around down there and drive back up the same way. But maybe I'll leave that gate closed in case the cattle come back up. I'm hot and sweaty now. It was fine all day till now. Let's head down to the bottom. I don't feel like driving through the weeds again. So I'm going to I'll cut across and drive along the woods. Yeah, if I can get a second cutting around September, October, I'll put it right there. Let's get across. Hey, Columba. Oh, I don't drive through here. This is where I'm going to harvest mint. This is a wild, some kind of wild mint. I don't want to run over it. I need to harvest some of it now. I won't diss that either. I'll probably diss some of it, but there's a few ironweeds in here. And there's a thistle. I need to cut those down. Well, let's head down to the bottom. Do a quick run around there. It's 7:15. My truck thermometer says it's 75 degrees, but gosh, it feels sore. It feels hotter. The humidity went up for some reason. Probably because the sun went away. Don't go down until 8 though, but it's cloudy now. And the clouds bring humidity. I already checked this fence when I got up here. And I'm going to go down this way and come back up along the trees. Yeah. You can see all the weeds I sprayed. They're all dead. I must have sprayed them. I sprayed this area twice because I always miss a few. When there's so many of them, I always miss a few. I probably still missed a few. Yeah, there's one I missed. Yeah, look at that one all by itself. See it? Yeah. I'm gonna come out here and spray the top, so I'll touch up any out here that I missed. Yeah. Yeah. There's another one right in front of me. Yeah. Everything else looks pretty well dead. What's that calf doing over there? It looks like it was reaching for something. Yeah, I got most of them. Here's another one I missed. Oh, let's go. Yeah, there's a wet spot. I got stuck in there once. I had to use my four-wheel drive. Okay. At least the spray worked under this fence. But there's still some weeds that don't die. Oh, those are two calves there. Yeah, I got most of them. I should mow the rest of these. There's other weeds in here, but I'm hoping the cattle will eat them. The ones they don't eat are the iron weeds. There used to be pears on this tree, but I don't see them anymore. I think they might have fallen off. Oh, I left that gate open, which means it's not on. Which means the fence on the other side of the gate on the left, where the cattle are, that's not on either. But I don't think they'll go through there. And also the fence going up here and on the other side. Oh, where's that salt block? I should have brought the other one out. And all the way up the road here is not on either. Okay, let's head back to that. Let's head back to the top, and then yeah, I got most of them. There's some new ones coming up. There's always new ones coming up. Ironweed. I don't like ironweed. It wouldn't hurt to mow this. I got an old bush hog. Actually, I got two of them. One of them I think still works. The other one is busted. I couldn't find parts for it to fix it. And that was like 20 years ago. Maybe I can find them now. That's before I had internet. Yeah. Oh, let me check here. I gotta keep an eye on these milkweeds. I still got that one I picked over there, way in the back there on the left. I picked the one because it was a late bloomer, and I still got it in the house. That was like 2 weeks ago, and it's still making a smell inside the house. It's starting to dry up though. See all these seed pods? When they get ripe, before they bust open, I'm gonna pick them, and anywhere else I find them, I'm gonna pick them. And then I'm going to sow some. What's that there? Oh, it looks like a tree limb broke off. Well, that's not on the fence, so it's all right. I'm going to sow them around the house because I like their smell, and the butterflies like them too. Okay, up the hill, back to the gate. Let's go. Hang on, don't go too fast. Bumpy road. I used my tractor and blade this spring to try to smooth this out and level it off a little bit. It helped a little bit. Then I made a mistake of driving on it in four-wheel drive, going up the hill right after a rain, which didn't help. I couldn't even get up, even with four-wheel drive. I wound up sliding all the way back down the hill. Then I used a disc on it when I was discing this up before, and there was a lot of roots in there in that road, tree roots, and I wound up breaking a blade. That's why I wound up fixing. I had to replace blades on the. So I'm going to replace one of them. I was replace the ones that I could access easy. I was getting orangey over there in the west. Well, this take care of these cattle, keep me busy. That's the main thing. Well, I wasn't planning on working on the fence today, but since I found out, since the fence was grounded, I figured I had to. Cattle they're done soaking in the creek. Okay, I gotta close the gate. I'll just leave this run. Did you enjoy the show while I was gone? Let's head home. Oh, there's a calf hanging out at the cattle rub. I think he's rubbing his head on it. Little guy. That's a second to last calf born this year. To that two-tone cow right there. Let's stop for a minute. Where'd that calf go? Oh, he went all that. He went that far. He went to meet up with his little buddy, or the two white ones there. They're only a week apart. That's weird. They're a week. Those two, the last two, were a week apart. In July, first. No, a month apart. They're a month apart. June and July, and the one nursing. And what's the other one? Oh, the one nursing and the one way over there to the far left, up this that bigger one. That one and the one nursing here, the brown cow nursing, those two are a month apart, January and February. So I got January, February, June and July calves. Yeah. Mama cow always makes a good calf. Okay, I'm running out of battery still. I gotta go back to the house before the sun goes down. Well, I don't have to close no gates now. Where's that salt block? There wasn't much left the other day, and now it's gone. I got two. I just didn't bring one out here. Oh, it's laying in the dirt. There's just a little chunk of salt. They can still lick it if they want, but I'll bring the new one out here one of these days if I don't forget. Maybe I'll bring it on the tractor. Yeah, I'll bring on the tractor or the disc. Yeah, if it don't fall off. Let's go home. Tired. The spray sort of killed these weeds. They stunted them a little bit, turned yellow. Didn't actually kill them all the way. Let's see what these did. I sprayed these weeds too, but look, the grass died, but not the weeds. What's going on? I need a different weed killer. I'm going to use up what I got first. I'll just go ahead and mow these on Friday. Yeah. So the cattle don't tempted to reach underneath the fence to eat them. "7:30 p.m. Yeah, it took a little longer than I expected because I wasn't planning on fixing a grounded fence. But you got to do what you got to do. And I gotta cut these weeds too. Weed killer's not working as good as it usually does. Either the weeds are becoming immune, or I got the wrong kind. I thought it was the same stuff. And it was even a higher percentage than the one I had last year. Oh well. I'll have to read the label better next time I buy some. Ooh-wee. I guess I'm glad that job's done. I haven't done much walking for a week. And all that walking around checking fence, I wore my legs out. But I'll be sitting on a tractor tomorrow. There they are. Yeah, I'll disc this up too after I get done with the big pasture weeds. I'll come here and disc up along there where the cattle are eating too, on that ridge of dirt there, and along the bottom of this one. There's other weeds in there that I got to spray, but I'm not going to disc anything else up. Just where I used to feed hay there, and along the bottom of the hill. Everything else I got to spray or cut. Okay, that's about it for me today. I'll be using that tomorrow. Discing up the top, weeds at the top pasture, at the big pasture, and then I'm going to come back here and disc some weeds here too, in the bottom. I don't know exactly where the sun is. It's over there somewhere, but it's 7:40 p.m. and the sun goes down around 8, or a little after 8. So got about another 20 minutes or so. I think the sun might be up there, but it's going to be behind clouds anyway, so I won't see much. No, I'm going to call it a day and go in and relax, clean up and relax.